Hello everyone, this is Tina Zhou. I'm the Enterprise Architect from Arm and also the Edge Akraino TSC co-chair. Thank you for joining this session. And today, Alma from Ampere and I will talk about building the open source edge with the Arm ecosystem. For today's content, we are going to cover introducing the Arm ecosystem partners and how the ecosystem looks like. Also, changing shape of the networks before, today, and after. The third, we are going to talk about Leak Foundation Edge, Akraino, and Arm contributions, including our partners and end users. Finally, we'll present case study, Arm and Ampere activities in Akraino. So look at this figure. You can see the open source hardware organization like OCP and also the software. And for Akraino, not only software, Akraino has the blueprints integrated from hardware and software and build configuration and also lifecycle management. For the customers, we have China Mobile from Asia, Deutsche Telekom from Europe, and we also have one of the top or two of the top operators in the US. And Ampere and Marvell are the SOC vendors representatives in Arm ecosystem. Also, the OEMs and ODMs like WeWing and Lenovo, they build the board and boxes to serve for the end users. So the edge really needs flexibility. Why? Because when you ask what is scope and where's the edge, where is the edge computing here, all the way from the IoT device to the gateways to the infrastructure services in both the OTT, hyperscaler, and telcos, and all the way to the edge cloud in their regional data centers or mini data centers, all of this needs acceleration of the hardware and also the generic and specific computing and also the storage. Lex Foundation Edge Akraino builds the blueprint, which the software developers go to the upstream community to select the hardware or the software components, integrate and test it in the community lab for the proven and tested activities. We do the fully integrated end-to-end solutions, CI/CD, based on the specific use cases like a connected vehicle, the AI edge, and also the 5G system. So in this case, it's production ready and also deployable. So the segments include the hyperscaler, enterprise, and telcos. It provides scalability and reliability and stability. So we got many end user stories all the way from Tencent, Baidu, Nexia, and AT&T. There are more and more coming to share their end user stories. Arm's partners activities in Akraino include many aspects. We're just gonna give some examples like integrated edge cloud IEC. IEC type 1 is for the deployment in the small scale. You can build the smallest CIBA in a small board. For the media deployment, is heavily used by the other blueprints like ByteDance and Baidu and Tencent. They can build their microservice applications on top of it in their edge cloud and edge service. Also, Android cloud native application on the edge is very popular. Like they can build some Android game cloud gaming in their video applications. AR/VR oriented edge stack. Tencent has already deploying a virtual classroom app based on this IEC and TaaS microservice framework. SmartNICs for the IEC, we have contributors for Broadcom, from Mellanox, from Mobile Edge X, and VMware. They are all keen to contribute to a common software stack which can run and adapt to different SmartNICs. Further, there is a telco appliances which requires the OCP openEDGE hardware platform to run the radio edge cloud and also the SDN-enabled broadband access. So we got quite broad participants from the ecosystem. And the connected vehicle runs with the Dongfeng Group and the BMW Group in China, deployed by Tencent. The MicroMac is part of the Smart City project, the smartest 5G project in Finland. Also, the 5G Mac slicing provides the B2B2C, like the China Mobile, China Unicom provide the B2B 5G using Mac as a slice to Tencent. And Tencent can deploy the B2C, the services like gaming, cloud gaming, HD video, and live broadcasting to their end users. Finally, the AI Edge currently include Baidu deploying the robotaxi and also the school education video security monitoring. And also, WeBank is contributing the federated finance application on the edge as well. Let's have a case study to see how ARM and Ampere in Akraino what we are doing and what's the effect. First of all, this Akraino Radio Edge Cloud provides an appliance supporting the O-RAN Radio Access Network Intelligence Controller. We call it REC. So we take the code from O-RAN SC, the REC code, and integrate it into Akraino. We build the regional controllers to deploy the REC. Also, it's the control of the 5G network CU. The next step, we're going to do the REC CU. This is a first example of a blueprint in the telco appliance TF family. From here, above the hardware, below the REC, all of these thousands of lines and code building the ISO images on the bare metal, this is called the TA family. It's a shared code base. Let's have a look how we're gonna enhancement. So you can see for the ARM packages of the remote installer, we provide these packages so it can be enabled on ARM. And also for the operating system, like we use CentOS here, ARM provides the ARM images and packages so it can work on ARM. And also we provide ARM solutions for the hardware management. With that, I would like to invite Ahmad to talk about Ampere openEDGE contribution to these aspects.
Hey, thank you, Tina. Thank you. Hi, I'll be talking about Ampere's contribution to openEDGE and Ampere Computing's focus in the software community that directly benefits the telco and edge customers. But before I go through that, I'd like to give you a quick introduction of me and Ampere Computing. So I'm Amar Damdere, and I'm responsible for product management at Ampere. Ampere Computing was formed a little over 2 years ago, and today it has more than 500 employees worldwide. We are delivering CPUs designed to meet the growing needs of the cloud and edge customers, and we recently launched the world's first cloud-native processor called Ampere Altra. Now let's talk about Ampere's contribution into openEDGE. Ampere has, but before I talk about that, let's talk about the product that Ampere already has out there in the marketplace. So Ampere has the eMac family of products that are available for deployment today. We have 2 SKUs in that family. One of them is a higher performing eMac 8180, which is a 32-core, 3.3 gigahertz product with 8 memory channels running at 125 watt TDP. This product is what is being used in Ampere's Hawk motherboard. The Ampere Hawk motherboard is designed specifically to meet the requirements of the telco and edge customers. The Hawk motherboard also features an onboard 1 gig NIC, a BMC with 1 gig Ethernet connection, a by16 PCI Gen 3 slot, a by16 PCI Gen 3 slot for an OCP NIC, and then it has 2 M.2 slots and 4 SATA 3 connectors. Now to deploy the Hawk motherboard for telco and edge, Ampere has partnered with Vivint to integrate the Hawk motherboard into the Vivint EP100 openEDGE chassis. That chassis is shown at the bottom center of this foil. It contains 5 slots for openEDGE sleds. These openEDGE sleds are popular among telco and edge customers because of the low power requirements, the compute density, the shallow depth, and the ability to easily swap processors by just merely changing these sleds. The Hawk motherboard sits on these sleds. Now, let's move to the next file. So no solution is complete without software. Ampere acknowledges this fact and is investing heavily in software for ARM and is active in many open source projects that are centered around ARM. In 4G, the software stacks were proprietary and they were running on proprietary equipment. In 5G, the telco carriers want the equipment to be open, including the software that's running on top of it. So Ampere has invested in porting the Edge Akraino REC blueprint to ARM. This blueprint is made up of multiple components. It has the 5G VRAM, it has the Akraino telco appliance. The Akraino telco appliance is a bare metal stack that enables virtualization of hardware for 5G telco applications. There are two such applications that are run in this blueprint. They are the ORAN RIC and the ONAP RIC AUX. The ONAP RIC AUX is responsible for network management as well as the management of the virtual instances. Then lastly, we have also ported the Edge Akraino CBA blueprint to ARM. This particular blueprint implements the broadband access control plane. Now, Ampere has invested in this and is providing solutions both from a software and hardware perspective. And we plan to continue to do that with the latest introduction of, or the latest launch of our product called Ampere Ultra. Thank you. And with that, I'll hand it over back to Tina.
Thank you, Amma. If you are interested to get involved, please looking for the new participants, blueprint, ideas, and the use cases at the elfedge.org. Under the projects, you can see Akraino as one of the projects. Inside, you can see our wiki, calendar, emails, and all the blueprints details. And for the latest specs on the openEDGE hardware, you can go to the opencomputer.org. So from the wiki page, see the telcos group, and this under it, there's an openEDGE. For further questions, please drop me an email, tina.tsou@arm.com. Thank you for having us. Please have a good one. Yes, on the phone, but where can I see the question?
I don't think we've got any questions on in the Q&A. So maybe if there are questions over here, participants can ask us here. Okay, thank you. If there are no questions, then I think this is the, I think we're done then. Thanks a lot for attending.
I appreciate it.